The Friday night lights are bright in downtown Springfield, Missouri tonight for MC22's coverage of college hockey. Tonight, the Maryville Saints have made the trip down I-44 to take on the Missouri State Ice Bears. Hello and good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Stan Melton Rink here inside Jordan Valley Ice Park. Alongside Missouri Sports Hall of Fame broadcaster Don West, I'm Corey Riggs, and thank you so much for joining us. Well, Don, back for another night of live college hockey. Second time we've done this now. It's a little bit different for us, but it's a lot of fun. We always love coming out for Missouri State hockey.
Love it. It's been a long time we've been doing this now, and we're over 40 games covered on MC22, and it's been a heck of a lot of fun.
15 out of the 20 years that the program is celebrating this year. Let's talk a little bit about the visitors on the scoreboard. The Maryville Saints tonight, Don. Both these teams have got shortened seasons because of COVID, but Maryville finding mixed results here early on.
A 3-3 record. They have a couple of wins over McKendree. They lost twice to Lindenwood, and they've split with Midland, and they had a lot of games in a short time. 6 games in an 8-day time frame. And before they were canceled with Liberty, that was a lot of hockey to get in.
Meanwhile, Missouri State 1-4-1 so far on the season. They were swept by Iowa State on the opening weekend, the last time we were here, but they did get a little bit of revenge against the Cyclones on the road.
Yeah, they suffered that loss and an overtime loss when the Cyclones came here. Missouri State went to Ames and got their only win so far in a tight game, so they have experienced the win now this season, and they look to kind of build some momentum here tonight.
They've also got a shootout loss, but right now all they care about is getting a win against the Saints. So it'll be Missouri State and Maryville going at it tonight in downtown Springfield. We'll come back with the starting lineups, introduce you the coaches, and get you ready to drop the puck. Here is It's College Hockey tonight on MC22. Back inside the Jordan Valley Ice Park, everybody. Corey Riggs, Don West here with you. Maryville already on the ice, waiting the introductions of the home team tonight. There they are, the starting 5 and the goalie tonight for the Missouri State Ice Bears, getting ready to be led out onto the ice by their captain, Josh Bell. Let's take a look at the Maryville State's starting lineup. The front line with Harrison, Stavro, and Carnegie. Then Bonnet and Edgecombe, 73 and 89 respectively, back defensively for the Saints. Ed Coffey wears number 35 tonight, and he will be in the goal. Coffey with a record of 1-1 so far for Maryville. The Saints, they are coached by John Hogan, a St. Louis native, Chaminade grad, who was a player and assistant coach out in Arizona. And he has been with the program since its inception 3 seasons ago. Meanwhile, for the Ice Bears, the starting 5, well, pretty much exactly what it was when we were here on opening night. Captain Josh Bell, Hunter Cooley, who has 3 goals on the year, and one of the assistant captains, Alex Rubin, up front. Heiseroth and Schumacher back on the defensive line tonight in front of Bailey Stevens, the 6-foot, 185-pound senior from Calgary. They're coached by Jeremy Law, the first ever full-time head coach in Ice Bears history, now in season number 4, along with his new assistant coach, Cliff Cook, who's in his first year. Both teams on the ice now. We will get ready to pause for the playing of our national anthem, along with the fans in the stands, and the crowd all the way around the plexiglass here as we get ready to begin. Both teams ready, and so are we. Just about time to drop the puck on this one. Don, last year, the Saints got the better of Missouri State in both meetings. So Missouri State not only in search of their second win here in the 2020-2021 hockey season, but also trying to get off the schneid against the Maryville Saints.
They are a first-time TV opponent for us in our Missouri State Ice Bears coverage, which dates back to the 06-07 season from St. Louis, the hotbed of hockey, and no doubt they'll put a solid team out there.
Here's the crazy thing. You mentioned how many great hockey players you can find in St. Louis. This Maryville team has 17 of its 24 players from outside the United States. 17 international players, just 4 players from the St. Louis, St. Charles area. Your officials for this one tonight: Jason Carrera, Terry Farrar. The referees, the linesmen, Mark Marzola and C.J. Lukedemeyer. Saints can't hold the puck in the attacking end. Their keeper, Ed Coffey, comes out, tries to bat it away. Maybe a little too aggressive here early by the netminder. Stavro trying to bring it up ice, leaves it for a teammate. Quick wrist shot, knocked away that time by Stevens. Bailey Stevens with a 91.7 save percentage on the season and a 3.79 goals against average.
Keep an eye on 10 in the black and red. That's Anthony Stavro, who is their goals leader with 4. They have scored a total of 14 goals through their 6 games this year.
Stavro, those 4 goals, 3 assists. He is not the point leader on the team, though. That's held by Jack Harrison, who's only got 1 goal, but the team's leader in assists with 7. Centering pass, but nobody home. Louis Shanks, the closest one there for Missouri State. Stevens butterflies down. Looks like he was going to pass it out, but instead will smother it. The faceoff will go on the far end of the rink from our broadcast position. The Saints in the black sweaters with the red numbers and pants. Missouri State in the traditional home white trimmed in maroon. Stevens with the faceoff to his right. Taken by Missouri State. Ice Bears try to bring the puck up along the near side boards. Poked away this time by Evan Ross for Missouri State. They quickly get a little flick in. That almost snuck by Ed Coffey there.
Right near the near post here when he gets the glove down on it. Kind of coming the wrong way, but there's an Ice Bear there that had a chance at it. Lewis Shakes.
He'll take the face off as well to the left of the Saints goal. Pass it right in front of the net, but clear the puck back out to center ice. Missouri State back to battle for it. Try to pick the puck up at the red line, and they do. Shakes on the far side of the ice. Will try to flip it in. Jacob Wetop skates back behind the Maryville goal, but the Saints come away with it and look to push the advantage to the other end. Missouri State will make a line change here, just about a minute and a half into the start of this one here in period number 1. That shot goes nowhere, kind of fanned on. Quick pass, there's a shot knocked away by Stevens. Kind of a one-timer there off a quick pass.
Jake Chartier.
Missouri State now, backhand won't go through, but there is the putback. Missouri State on the board first. It's Garrett Wojcicki. The sophomore from Michigan gets his 2nd goal of the season, and Missouri State leads 1-0.
This developed really quickly. There's open space as Coffey commits to that far side of the net. And a perfect pass stuck in by Wojcicki, and Ice Bears on the board 2 minutes in.
He gets to stay out for another shift here. Missouri State, Maryville, the early going. 3 shots so far for the Saints, 2 for the Ice Bears, but one of them got past Coffey. Coffey surrenders his 9th goal of the season. Give the assist to Lohman. Not sure about the announcement. They said Will Baginski scored the goal. Unless Will changed uniforms tonight. The captain, Josh Bell, will take the face-off to the right of Coffee, the Maryville keeper. Backhanded in, no good, but held in at the blue line by Missouri State. Hunter Cooley with it now, lets a shot go. They try to poke it past the keeper, but can't. Alex Rubin back behind the net, jockeying for the puck, but here come the Saints. Pushed ahead by Hannebrick. He wears number 4. Maryville wants a change. Coach Hogan gets a different lineup out there. Bell waits, top of the circle. That one through the crease. Maryville up ice in a hurry. Nobody back that time to help out Damian Carnegie. He was kind of just in no man's land between 4 Missouri State players. That shot wide that time off the stick of Bell. Ice Bears with it again at center ice. Will go ahead and dump it in, make a change. Maryville sends Trevor Hinson back. Hinson, one of 2 all-conference players from a year ago, and there is a whale of a hit right in front of the penalty box against Jack Harrison. He loses his stick. Lucky that's all he lost. Missouri State back on the attacking end, centering pass. That one knocked away that time, and the goalie, Coffey, loses his stick. Play continues here. Hopkins nearly gets taken off his skates for Missouri State. The freshman, Frederick, will glove it down. Pad save by Coffey, who's trying to decide if he can leave the crease to go get his stick.
Now he's got enough time to get there, so he is fully equipped now back in net for Maryville.
That's very important. Kind of hard to do the job without the proper equipment. Missouri State, Simon Hobbs pins that one in at the blue line. Missouri State stays on sides here. High puck takes a hard angle across the ice, and Missouri State holds it in at the blue line again. Trying to get the puck in the middle, but it's knocked away by the Saints defense.
That goal has given Missouri State confidence and a little more pep in their skates here in this first period.
Bexey brings it in now for the Saints, gets bumped off the puck, bumped again, loses it. Missouri State will come up with it behind their own net. Backhanded pass again for Weetop. Missouri State turned it over momentarily in the neutral zone. Here's a wrist shot, let fly that time by Baginski. Lohman now, the team's leading scorer, trying to shovel it past Coffey, but he holds on to it. Henrik Lohman looking for goal number 5, but
that's that last sequence where Missouri State had 2 shots at the net there. Mark Kapkovic had some open space, but could not quite get it around Coffey.
Freshman from St. Louis. Lohman right on the doorstep, has his shot knocked away by Coffey. Another good job by the Saints keeper, who has faced 8 shots and has only allowed 1 past him. Out on the right wing now. Saints throw it across the ice. Missouri State comes up with it. Lohman skating backwards at the Missouri State logo. Tries to dump it back in behind the Saints net. That puck will escape. Heiser-Rote can't get to it. Go all the way back, be whistled for icing here. 14:04 to play here in the first period with Missouri State. The 1-0-0 advantage.
The hitting has been hard. Watch this.
Jack Harrison just gets plowed. Loses his stick and everything after Derek Smith, junior out of Tulsa, drops the hammer on him. Centering pass, shot, knocked away again by Coffey. Another good scoring chance for Mo State.
Perfect connection there, just couldn't get it past the goalie.
Samuel Frederick kind of got hung up. Offsides will be the call. Face-off will come outside of the Maryville end. Both teams will use the opportunity to change things up. The Maryville University Saints play in the MCH. That's the Midwest College Hockey Conference. Told you they had 2 all-conference performers last year, Trevor Hinson and TJ Prexler. They were 22 and 24 respectively. That's a conference, as you see Josh Hogan, that includes McKendree, Maryville, Midland, Waldorf, Illinois State, and Northern Illinois. Now, I've gone up to Macomb for a game before. Have you been up to Northern Illinois before, Don?
No.
Glove saved by Coffee. It was one of those towns that took me by surprise. I didn't expect there to be toll roads and did not have change for them. So somebody in Macomb may want my rental car or something for skipping a toll. Centering pass there, Cooley can't connect.
In DeKalb, right?
DeKalb, yes. Keep thinking about Western Illinois. There's a spinning shot. That one will go behind the net, just to the right of Bailey Stevens for Missouri State.
Been to all the other edges of Illinois, but not the northern.
He's up there for, I think, a Southern Illinois basketball game years ago that we produced on Mediacom. Missouri State looking for a second goal. Bell looking for a redirect, but that one way off the mark. He'll chase the puck across the ice now through the face-off circle. It's held in by Hobbs. Alex Rubin spinning, trying to collect the puck now, but it goes to Cooley instead.
Another stick is loose on the ice.
Rubin finds it up along the near boards now, tries to avoid one defender and does. Cooley gives it right back to him, one-timer. Won't get through traffic. Bell will track it down, though, as Maryville having a hard time clearing the zone here.
Jack Harrison competing there without the stick.
There's another glove save by Coffey. Wow, that's the second time in about the last 90 seconds he's flashed the leather like a shortstop. Impressive move by Coffey.
Missouri State just pounding him with 13 shots on goal here so far through less than 8 minutes. Coffey has stopped all but one so far.
Ed Coffey, 6'6", 175-pounder from Anchorage, Alaska. Made it all the way from Alaska to the 3-1-4. Knuckle puck through the neutral zone, picked up by Missouri State. The senior defenseman able to send it back the other way. Here come the Ice Bears. Smith taps his stick on the ice, looking for the pass. They can't get it to him, though. And a whistle here, and as we near the midway point of the first period, Don, it's going to be the first penalty we have called in this one. Mr. Carrera has an interference penalty here against the Saints. It's going to be levied against Jaden Bexey, the 5'11" freshman.
He just going in.
He kind of continues to lay, wouldn't let the Missouri State player, Terrence Josephson, up. So the interference call, a 2-minute minor penalty, will put Missouri State on the power play for the first time tonight. The Ice Bears, they are 4 of 20 on converting power play opportunities this season, 20%. See if they can get power play goal number 5 here on a Friday night in Springfield. Out to the blue line, controlled by Rubin. Cooley set up in the crease, but now has to give up his position. That one snapped in. Back out to the top of the face-off circle. Bell had it online momentarily. Weetop looking for a chance for a redirect in the middle. Ice Bears back to the blue line. That one's going to roll in. That crossed the line. That's a Missouri State Ice Bears goal. 2-0 now, MSU.
Here it comes on the power play. Ice Bears get it close, and then Coffey does all he can, but it is already crossed.
Looks like Alex Rubin, the last man to touch it for Missouri State. You see Coffey fall backwards, try to swat at it, but it's already across the line, and if the goal stands up, that'll be Rubin's 3rd on the season. But I've already been told once that I was wrong. I still swear the first goal was scored by 23.
Yep.
But we'll keep this one. Give Josh Bell his team-high 4th assist of the season. Give an assist to Schumacher as well. Ruben now one of 2 Ice Bears with 3 goals on the season. He and Hunter Cooley. Only Henrik Lohman has more goals so far on the young COVID-shortened season. Saints calling for it that time. Quick shot taken by Trevor Henson. Wears 22 tonight. He's worn number 25 once or twice this year. Puck now out to Missouri State. Quick shot right into the belly of Coffey, and he holds on to it. Now a little grabbing here. Louis shakes. Trevor Henson taking issue with what the young skater did, kind of crowding the goalie, but watch Ruben get the stick down here. Not the first guy, though, the second guy, because it had to go past another teammate. It had to get past Weetop first. So Missouri State, Don, to kind of borrow a basketball term, with a double screen there. Weetop could have gotten a stick on it. He let it go by. Ruben, the last man to touch it. And it goes for Ice Bears goal number 2 tonight.
On their 15th shot on goal as they continue to play very well here in the first period, which is nearly halfway over now.
Lots of opportunities, but there they turn it over. That puck hit high up into the net that time. Shot taken by Jens Juliuson. He wears number 27, a sophomore forward out of Anchorage, Alaska. So two young men from Alaska on the Maryville roster. I told you 17 of the 24 players are international. 13 of the 17 are from Canada. They've got players from Alberta, Ontario, Calgary, Saskatoon, and Saskatchewan, all over the top of North America.
Even Newfoundland, as well as players from Sweden, Switzerland, and Germany.
Wojcicki taken down, and now he is going to get the retaliatory penalty here as Spencer Turner and he get hooked up. Turner going back to his own bench. See if you can find it here. There is the shot. And it will be Wojcicki going into the goal for 2 minutes. Should be a cross check here. You see Turner. There's the shove right in the back. They try so hard to keep that out of the game at the youth level when the kids are young, coming up, trying to learn how to play the game. So much so, Don, that a lot of the jerseys on the backs have a stop sign for the kids to remind them, don't hit me in the back. That's not the same rule in college hockey. Great save by Bailey Stevens here. Stevens, one of 5 seniors on the roster for Coach Jeremy Law, as the Ice Bears are able to clear the zone here as they are on the penalty kill for the first time tonight. First man advantage of the night for Maryville. The Saints are 1 of 14 converting on power play opportunities this year. Bring the puck in quickly. Stevens knocks it away, but Maryville still controls it at the blue line.
Had a really good look at the net that time. Looking to take advantage.
That one way up into the protective netting and back down to the playing surface. So that'll freeze the clock. 1:21 to go in the power play. 8:58 remaining in period number 1. During the intermission, Don West was able to talk to a couple of different folks here at the Jordan Valley Ice Park tonight. It'll be our good friend, the voice of the Ice Bears, Steve Casson, who will join us for a few minutes during our first intermission. Maryville trying to cut the deficit in half here as they trail 2-0. Looking for their second power play goal of the season. Quick shot in, Stevens knocks it away again. Missouri State trying to clear, this time they do. Puck leaks all the way back across the red line. Now the Saints with it, out on the right wing. Maryville trying to get a little bit closer before pulling the trigger, and another puck all the way up into the lights. Give both teams an opportunity to make some changes now with 46 seconds.
Saints are getting plenty of opportunities here in this power play. So far, they have been held at bay for 1:13, 47 seconds to go in the power play.
Juliuson in the face-off circle for Maryville. Saints able to control it back to the blue line. Backhanded pass goes behind the goal. Missouri State trying to clear here in the final 40 seconds of the man advantage for the fellas from St. Louis. Puck goes all the way around the boards, back out to the blue line now. Good stick work that time. Saints still trying to get a good-looking shot. That one's going to come back across the blue line, and Missouri State picks it up. 15 seconds to play now as MSU tried to dump that one in, and it hit one of the officials. A little bit of a bad bounce there. Saints come away with it. They'll get back on the attacking third of the ice as Missouri State gets their man Wojcicki out of the penalty box. We go back to 5-on-5 hockey here with under 7.5 minutes to play in the first. Gringy spun, still trying to pinch it and hold it in. Batted puck at center ice in the middle of a Maryville line change, and Missouri State will dump it back in. Coffey holds up his mitt, and the whistle and the icing comes out here at 7:07.
Back to full strength now with the Ice Bears up 2-0. Bear Claws on the A and the N back there behind Jeremy already.
Yep. If they can get 3 more goals, get to 5, they'll claw through all 5 of the letters in Andy's. And if you've got a ticket to tonight's game, you go to a local Andy's here in Springfield, you can get a sundae for just $1. I don't care how cold it is outside. It's never too cold not to have a little Andy's. My personal favorite is the pretzel caramel crunch. It's good stuff. You got to go to at Andy's?
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Puck up into the lights and into the rafters again. It'll stop everything at 6:49.
And so far, the Ice Bears have not put 5 goals in the net in any game yet this year. With 6 games completed, they're averaging 3 goals a game, and they've scored 4 3 different times, but never 5. And they've been shut out once by Lindenwood back on the 16th, 4-0.
That's the good thing, even though their record's 1-4-1. Just the one shutout here. Another good save by Coffey. But the one shutout, meaning Missouri State, night in and night out, has been able to find ways to score. Right now, they're in danger of giving one up. One of the Saints made it all the way in to the crease with Bailey Stevens, but a whistle and penalty here will put Maryville back on the power play, as it's going to be a 2-minute minor against the defenseman, Brian Schumacher. Didn't see the indication from Carrera. Jeremy Law now seeing his team take back-to-back penalties. Oh, it's a hooking. Yeah, took the stick and tried to make sure that there wasn't a clean scoring attempt there for the Saints, but now they'll have 2 minutes with an extra skater to try and make it a 2-1 game. During period number 2, we'll be joined by the GM of the Missouri State Ice Bears, Ryan Armstrong, former Ice Bear himself. He joined us for the entire game on opening night. We'll have him back in his regular time slot here tonight to spend the second period with us, talking about the 20th year of college hockey here in Springfield. Puck knocked away at center ice. Missouri State unable to control it. Stavro back with it for Maryville. They go up the far side of the ice now, but kind of turning and catching an edge there was the Frenchman, Jake Chartier. Out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. crushed back in now. Maryville with less than a minute remaining on their power play opportunity, and there's a takeaway. The Ice Bears bang this one off the boards all the way back down right in front of Coffee. Puck bounces free to Juliuson. Bouncing puck comes in, and Stevens will smother it here. Less than 5 minutes to play in the first.
And a man cutting through the crease there, Jaden Bexey, couldn't quite connect with the puck.
Bexey looking for his first goal of this his freshman season. Go back to something that Don mentioned in the pregame show. Man, 6 games in 8 days, that is a heck of a way to start the season. And with a lot of youth on this team for Maryville, you find out quickly what that jump is from playing a high school sport to a college sport. Here's a quick shot, wide left that time, a little too tall, over the shoulder of Stevens.
If they weren't in good enough shape before that run, they probably are now. A lot of hockey, 6 games, barely over a week.
We'll go back to even strength hockey now as Missouri State gets Schumacher out of the penalty box.
Meanwhile, with these power plays, Maryville is nearly caught up in shots on goal.
There's another good shot from point blank range, and Stevens has to dive on the grenade and holds on for Missouri State.
First back behind, then out across again.
Great job going down for it. Gagan, number 8, junior from St. Louis. Went down to a knee, but got the stick on it, and Stevens had to dive to his left to make the stop. Missouri State 2-on-3 here as we're back to even strength hockey. 2-0 our score. Top looking for a redirect off of Wright's blast from the blue line. Bouncing puck, almost a chance for a backhander. Coffee stands tall, and it goes through. I think Levi Wright took the shot from the blue line, and it went right through the 5-hole, a slow roller.
Right on by.
I was trying to see if there was a tip or a redirect here. I don't think so. Top doesn't have his stick down. So that should be all Levi Wright, and it should be his first goal of the season. The freshman from Fenton. We'll wait and listen in on the public address announcer, who will have the official scoring down there along with the official score. Missouri State on the move. Frederick puts it off the boards. Maryville trying to clear. The Saints are able to. Back through the neutral zone now. Carnegie gives it up. Another stick is lost. Maryville still maintaining control. Edgecombe with it. Tries to put it in front of the net. They do credit Levi Wright with the 3rd goal of the night. Witter and Josephson both credited with assists. Another 2-on-3 break here. Baginski unable to get a shot off for MSU. Missouri State jousts for the puck there. They win the battle. Trying to get a shot here, but there's going to be a whistle, and that's at least a hold here. Maybe a hook, and it is. Going to be levied against Jack Harrison, as that was all he could do. They were beat, Don.
Trying to hold up Derek Smith here. 27 for Missouri State.
Hook in the grab.
There it is. Other than that, it was a one-on-one. Harrison headed in for 2.
Missouri State will go on the power play for the 2nd time tonight with a 3-0 advantage. Nearly
to the rafters there.
Been a lot of pucks that have taken the high exit off the playing surface here tonight. Cooley throws one in. The Saints clear the zone, bounce the puck right in front of the Missouri State bench. Stevens will go back behind his own net and collect it, so Missouri State can get back on the attack. Instead, they give it away there in the neutral zone. Saints slam it back the other way. That was Nate Simpson for Maryville.
This penalty will take the first period clock all the way down to 30 seconds.
Stevens has to smother it here, and we'll have a face-off down on the far end of the rink. Maryville coming into tonight, one of 13, pardon me, on the penalty kill. Their penalty kill almost 93%. Very good. They've got 2 shorthanded goals. And just the 13 times they've had to kill off a penalty. Another lost stick at center ice. Missouri State looking for an odd man rush, but the Saints defense up to it this time. Less than a minute to go in the man advantage. Heiser wrote back to collect it for Mo State. Ice Bears will bring it up the far side, then change channels up the near side. Baginski will leave it for Ross. He wears 71. Pass it back to the blue line. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Ross threads the needle across. They bring it right back to him, and he's off the near side post. Nice little back and forth there, but Ross took just too hard of an angle. Ross back between the rings now, 15 seconds in the man advantage. They get it to him again, that one hard off his own skate. With 10 seconds in the power play, he tries to pass it over to Kapkovic. He can't control it. The Saints put it up in the air, and that will be the end of the power play for Missouri State. Back to even strength hockey here, the final 20 seconds of period number 1. Ross centering pass. Coffey drops down to the ice, and they shoot it over him as he was laying on his seat in his own crease. Kicked back into the attacking zone, and then the Saints able to clear it out. Hobbs picks it up for Missouri State, and that will do it. The final 20 minutes in the books here as we get period number 1 drawn to a conclusion. And it was all Missouri State in this one as they grabbed 3 goals against the Saints from the Midwest College Hockey Conference. Missouri State leads Maryville 3-0. Three different Missouri State Ice Bears clawed their ways to goals in period number 1. Levi Wright, Garrett Wojcicki, and Alex Rubin getting Missouri State a 3-0 advantage here over the Maryville Saints. Earlier today, Don West had a chance to talk with the Missouri State Ice Bears Director of Broadcasting, Steve Casson, about how very different this hockey season is in 2020-2021.
Steve, a very different type of schedule this year that got going a little bit late in the season, but it's off and running now.
Yeah, it's mostly different, of course, with COVID. And I liken this to the NHL season, where the NHL just got in, no preseason games. They just started to play. And that's what Missouri State had to do. You know, we had the Coaches Challenge Cup, and that was fine for a little bit. But then you had a couple of months off, and now you're in 6 games in, still trying to figure things out a little bit. I think Coach Jeremy Law has them ready to go as far as what he's expecting and what he needs. But this is a group of 15 freshmen that are coming in with a lot of veterans, and they're still trying to kind of figure out how they fit.
You've been doing Ice Bears games since 2005. Remind everyone where they can find Ice Bears games.
So games are on websportsradio.com. You can watch them there. And we've been doing that since the beginning. And we do also have some radio broadcasts that we're on well, I guess they're Zimmer Communications now. And so we do some of those, but mostly on Web Sports Radio. And that has been a staple since 2005. It started out on audio, and then it went to video. And now, if you ever want to try to go back to a audio broadcast, the fans won't have it. They're spoiled with the video now.
Indeed.
But sometimes we have to do that. You know, internet-wise, you need high-speed internet to be able to do this, and we can't do it sometimes. But I try to get the best I can.
How is this Ice Bears team different than what you've seen over the last 15 years?
I think the difference is now we've got guys that are not necessarily from Missouri, and that's not a bad thing, but we're talking players from all over the country. And so now you've got guys that can bring in different aspects of hockey, things that they've seen, and I think that melds pretty good with what we're trying to accomplish here, and that is to get some different attitudes, some different ways of digging in the corners, ways of passing, you know, all the little things that nobody really thinks about, and that's what's happening.
Since '05, do you have a greatest moment or a greatest game that you go back on in Ice Bears history?
I think one of the things that I would go back to is the very first time Missouri State made the Nationals. Everybody kept talking about, are we going to ever make the Nationals? Are we ever going to improve? And when I say it was a pipe dream for a while, it was working up to that. And then finally that moment when Missouri State, back then as a Division II team, had to win 2 regional games. They always won that first regional game. It was that second one that was a problem. And the moment that happened, that to me meant Missouri State is going to be on the map.
Steve Casson, Director of Broadcasting for the Missouri State Ice Bears. You can find Missouri State hockey on websportsradio.com throughout the rest of the season. We'll be back with a look at highlights from the first period when we come back in just a minute.
Listening to Soul Man here during the first intermission, and got hockey fans all around the rink, Blues fans. Heck, we even let in some Blackhawks fans too. It's a generous giving group here in Southwest Missouri.
Blues Brothers fans from what's playing right now.
I can't go wrong with a little Soul Man. Can't go wrong with these first period highlights either. Now, Maryville, Don, they came to play in the opening couple of minutes. They were leading in shots on goal. They were getting all the opportunities. And then all of a sudden, bang, Wojcicki gets his second goal of the season, puts Missouri State up 1-0.
Missouri State keeps the pressure on through the course of the first period.
One point in time, Missouri State was out shooting Maryville by at least 10 shots on goal. They get their second goal of the night from Alex Rubin. Watch the slow roller here. Rubin was the last one to touch it. He pokes it past him. That's Rubin's third goal of the season. Bailey Stevens doing extremely well in net in the first 20 minutes for Missouri State. And then Levi Wright collects goal number 1 his year. Freshman from Fenton, Missouri, gets his first Ice Bears goal, and Coffey just had so much to deal with, so much traffic in front of him, Don. It was a hard first 20 minutes for the Maryville netminder.
A lot of chances there for the Ice Bears, who led in shots on goal 17-13 through the first 20 minutes.
Man from Arizona that got it all started, John Hogan, looking at his phone, looking at his notes, trying to figure out what he and the Saints will do in period number 2. To try and dig out of this 3-0 hole. Now get your selfies taken and come back. We're just about ready for period number 2. Hockey in downtown Springfield tonight live on MC22. Jeremy Law and the Missouri State Ice Bears probably had a pretty friendly conversation during the intermission as they enjoy a 3-0 advantage over the visitors from Maryville University in St. Louis. The Saints looking up at MSU on the scoreboard, down 3-0. Missouri State outshot Maryville 17-13 in the opening period. We're just about ready to drop the puck on period number 2. Happy to welcome the former Missouri State Ice Bear and current Ice Bear GM Ryan Armstrong to the booth to spend the second period with us. Army, another great night tonight. I know you'd love to have more people in the stands, but you've got another sellout. It just happens to be a COVID sellout.
It is, yeah. No, love the attendance and the desire to come out and watch these guys play such a fun game. And no, it is another sellout for us, as hard as that is to imagine, our third game of the year already. But no, it's a tough time, but we're excited to be able to have people here live to watch.
Maryville trying to get the puck into the attacking end and start the second period off on a good note. Instead, Missouri State able to redirect it. Rubin shovels it ahead. The captain, Josh Bell, comes up with it. And a whistle here just 16 seconds in to period number 2. Missouri State unable to get the puck in on sides. Bring it back just outside the blue line. Neither team makes a change here. Nobody short shifted here early as Bell's pass taken away by the Saints. Bring it back across the blue line. Backhanded pass. Shot will not go anywhere that time for the Saints. Looking across the way there, and I'm trying to tell if I misread the number or if one of the guys that the coach told me was scratched is all of a sudden playing now, but it's not. It's Cole Bonnet. He wears number 73. He skates back into his own end, collects the puck. Missouri State brings some fresh skaters out onto the ice here as we're just about a minute into period number 2. Now, Maryville, Ryan was supposed to go on the road and play a 2-game set at Liberty. You guys have got Liberty on the schedule coming up, don't you?
Yeah, we do. It's a new team for us to play. We've never hosted or traveled to Liberty University. This year, with only 14 or 15 out of the 72 ACHA D1 teams playing, we reached deep into the pocket and to find out who we could get going. And Liberty was gracious enough to host us. So we'll be making the trip out to Lynchburg, Virginia in a couple weeks.
Now, I've been to Lynchburg, Tennessee. I have never been to Lynchburg, Virginia. I'm guessing you can already tell me how many hours of a bus ride is that going to be?
14 and a half, which isn't terrible. You know, our Las Vegas and our Arizona trips, those are around the 20, 21 hour mark. So 14's not terrible.
No,
good time for these guys to get a little bonding on the bus. So.
But there are really that many programs that are shut down for the year?
Yes, absolutely. Out of the 72 Division I teams alone, and there are men's Division I, men's Division II, Division III, women's Division I, women's Division II, there's about 550 teams total in the United States. And as far as Division I's concerned, 72 teams total, only about 14 playing. You're looking at 2 of them right now.
Wow.
Well, and you had about 10 to 12 teams pre-New Year's that got games in. Teams like Midland, teams like Iowa State, your opening weekend opponent, that played prior to New Year's. They kind of got a little mini season in, kind of October, November, and then shut it down through the holidays. And then so you add a few more teams to that because you were one of the teams that selected to wait until after the first of the year to begin your season.
Absolutely, yeah. And we just wanted to try to stay safe here. And no, the refs are going to let that one go. I'm not really sure. It kind of looked like a trip, but you never know.
You're seeing the same thing I am.
Different perspectives, different angles, but you know, this is a fun hockey game. You know, this Maryville team's not going to quit either. They've had our number for the last year and a half, so.
And they've got your number right here. A beautiful pass and a great finish. Christian Alvagran gets his second goal of the season. The junior makes it 3-1 as they get the first puck past Bailey Stevens tonight. Looking at one more time here, a beautiful backhand pass and a quick finish.
Just like that, it's 3-1, and you're at that 2-goal margin now. That's the scary lead.
Works in soccer, works in hockey. Something about being up 2 goals is never good. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Maryville gets on the board here. The opening minutes of period number 2. Now, not to ask you to brag on the opposition very much, Ryan, but this is a team from St. Louis, an area that you guys recruit heavily, that honestly is a young program that can brag about having some of the best facilities around.
Sure, yeah, Maryville, like Lindenwood, has a brand new facility last year. So they're in an arena that's only been open for 2 years. They've got a lot of good things going for them. One of their assistant coaches and part of their management staff, Jeff Crenshaw, was actually an assistant coach with myself back in the day with Bob Bucher and
coach goalies.
He did. He was a goalie coach, and him and I spent many weekends on the road together. Went to high school together, played high school hockey together. He's a great guy. He's helping out at Maryville back in St. Louis. And John Hogan, their head coach. A lot of guys from the St. Louis area. Hogan is a pretty big name in the St. Louis area. Went to Arizona, played there, and knows a lot of the guys that used to play in Missouri State. So it's a close connection. It's a good relationship. And no, I wish them the best of luck. I don't mind to brag on them a little bit. I like seeing the Midwest teams become more and more effective in the league and competitive. So the better teams we can play, the better teams around us, better for the league.
Maryville trying to get out on a breakaway here, skating in, and there's going to be a delayed penalty here. Maryville with a chance to try and get a shot off, but instead the puck will be touched by Stuart Hopkins of Missouri State, and the 2-minute minor will come. Is it against Heiser Road? It looks like it is.
Yeah, it looks like he just got his stick right in the hands. That's a tough one. Sam's trying to make the best play he can to help prevent a goal. So in my book, that's not a terrible penalty to take. You hate to get burnt like that and to be beat, but at the same time, Sam made the right play and took the scoring opportunity away. Now the Bears got to work on a penalty kill. This Maryville team does move the puck pretty well, but the Ice Bears have a couple people out here that really love to block pucks. Josh Bell, senior captain, Alex Rubin. These are veterans out there on the penalty kill, so watch for them to get really aggressive and put themselves in front of a shot.
Say guys that are willing to lay their body down in between the shooter and the goal. It will be a 2-minute minor for slashing against Heiser-Rott, so he goes into the box. Maryville goes up a man here. They have had 3 previous power play opportunities, have not converted on any of those back in period number 1. As a matter of fact, they have only got 1 power play goal on the season in their 6 games coming into tonight. They'll go back behind Coffee and try to regroup. Kapkovic sends this one forward. Bell holds on to it, then sends it back behind him. Back to their own blue line. Bell now underneath one player. Missouri State doing a good job of grinding down some of the clock here as they've already eaten up half of the power play. Now the Saints get loose. Bring it into the faceoff circle. Spinning around is Stavro. That shot thrown high above the net that time. TJ Prexler collects it. They hold it in at the blue line. Bouncing puck, knocked away. Stevens with help there from Frederick. Samuel Frederick, the freshman, always seems to be on the ice in big situations. That says a lot for a freshman on Jeremy Law's team.
Yeah, he's definitely got a bright future ahead of him. He's a smart hockey player. He sees the ice very well.
Swing and a miss here. The shot for Prexler. He was an all-conference player a season ago. He skates off the ice with his head down, not happy about the results on that previous shift. Just 10 seconds remaining now in the man advantage for the Saints. Puck goes all the way out to Coffey. He slides out of the crease, collects it, and we will go back to 5-on-5 hockey.
That power play did fly by, didn't it?
Not a lot of stops and not a lot of scoring chances. There's a good shot that Stevens stacks the pads and knocks away.
Then once they get back to full strength, they get their best shot of the period so far off, besides the one that went in.
Juliuson back into his own end. Trying to get the puck going north and south here for Maryville. Instead, it's swung on, sent back in toward Coffey. He knocks it away to his left. 2 Ice Bears. 2 Saints fight for it in the far corner. Missouri State comes away with it. Missouri State still out shooting Maryville 19-17.
At one time it was 15-3.
Looks like we might have another Missouri State delayed penalty. Oh, I take it back. It's against Maryville.
Well,
now.
no, you're right. It's a delayed penalty. It's just against Maryville.
I thought that they had pushed the puck out, and I got that one backwards. So it looks like the Ice Bears are going to get a chance to get one on the power play, 12:50 in the period.
Stevens made it all the way back to the Ice Bears bench before finally the whistle came out and the puck was touched by Maryville.
Yeah, never say a goalie can't skate fast. Did you see how quick he moved over there?
He did. He got out of there in a hurry.
Might be a hold or a interference penalty right there. You see him holding the Ice Bear player down, Ross, and looks like number 22.
It's Trevor Henson. He's one of the 2 all-conference performers for a year ago, a native of Edwardsville, Illinois. Season ago, he had 6 goals and 15 assists. Right now, he's sitting 2 minutes in the penalty box, and Missouri State's got a power play, got a shot, but there's another save by Coffey.
That goalie's got a little bit of size on his side, huh? What is he?
He does. He's 6'6".
6'6", okay.
But he's kind of long and lean. He's 6'6", 175.
He's down,
so he can move.
Down on his knees in a butterfly, and his head's still above the post, it seems like.
Not your... Well, I guess now that really is kind of the prototypical goalie, but you don't necessarily see a lot of the guys with that size in ACHA hockey. Good takeaway here. Ice Bears trying to make the advantage 3 goals again after surrendering their first goal of the night here in period number 2. Slowly skating back in, a backhand opportunity, but lost that time by the wheeling Hunter Cooley. Really trying to kind of get around his backhand, and now he's got the puck again, sends it back out to the blue line. Bell now with it above the face-off circle. 65 seconds remaining in the power play. They try to snap one in there. It bounces off one of the Saints defenders. Bell now with it again. Try to throw it through traffic. Can't find a lane. Here's a slap shot. Hard just to the left of the net that time. Maryville tries to clear it, but Missouri State does a great job of keeping the puck in. Cooley throws another one on goal. Back to Bell, the control. There's another shot, and that's knocked away. But Missouri State will not let Maryville clear the zone. A dominating performance on a power play. All they need is a goal.
Minute and a half right now. This is a tired kill for Maryville.
Maryville's kill has been very good this year, better than 93% coming into the weekend. Saints finally force the puck to the other end with 15 seconds to go on the power play.
You know, one of the things that Coach Law is going to be talking about after that power play by that unit out there, Maryville had 6 block shots. I counted 6 block shots. That's something that the Ice Bears are going to have to figure out and move that puck around a little quicker.
Henson out of the box. We're back to even strength hockey. Spin, that shot won't go anywhere. Missouri State continues to pepper Ed Coffey, the keeper for the Saints. Pass knocked away now. Missouri State still trying to hold it in. They do. Send it back behind the Saints' goal. Now the puck will bounce across the blue line. Missouri State set up in an offside situation there. Look at Alex Rubin here just waiting for a chance to poach something. The Saints defense don't come out and clear him out of that spot, and bang. Good looking shot there.
Definitely hard to get a goalie who's 6'6" and has long legs like that to get him to move side to side quickly. The Ice Bears are going to have to definitely take a look at moving the puck a little quicker or being a little more accurate with those shots.
Great job laying out by Levi Wright. He had one of the 3 goals in period number 1. There's a little bit of that effort you were talking about. We have a whistle and a penalty in the middle of all that, too?
I'm not sure. We've got Jason Carrera, one of the referees, making a symbol towards the Maryville player. There might have been an interference or some sort of roughing against the player after the fact. So
it's Bexty, number 59, that is going into the box, and that's going to put Missouri State on the power play yet again. After their last power play just ended, they weren't able to score a goal, but I mean, it was as dominating a power play. It's like they had the puck for the 2 minutes of the power play. They had to have the puck in the attacking end for at least 95 seconds of the
absolutely.
2 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's what they're looking to do again. They've got their other unit out there, probably to give that first unit a little bit of a break. You know, a minute and a half, minute 40 on a power play is pretty hard on the cardio. So they're going to get the other unit out there and let them move the puck around, see if they've got what it takes. But unfortunately, looks like we have a penalty against the Ice Bears. Looks like Will Bagensky is going to make his way into the box for a 2-minute roughing penalty. That's going to even things up and put us back at 4-on-4 for minute 38.
Yep, wide open hockey now, 4-on-4, everybody's favorite. Bexty in, 2 minutes for roughing. Now Missouri State duplicates it with a roughing penalty of their own.
Brian, to use a 2021 term, have there been any health scares for this team since the season started? Have you lost some players?
I'm going to find my piece of wood. Here it is, right here. Okay. Nope, we have been good. These guys are really taking the opportunity we have this year very seriously and being as smart as they can and as responsible and safe as they can. We continue to do our safety protocols every single time we come to the rink, every single time we travel. Anything we do, we take the utmost caution and precautions for. So to answer your question, no.
Good.
And that is the way we like to keep it. So
we were talking as both teams have suffered a penalty here, so we've got 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 18 in period number 2. We were talking about the facilities that the Maryville Saints enjoy up in St. Louis. This isn't the only series you're going to play with them. You're going to return the favor and go back up there in March, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. We've got another weekend planned with them up in St. Louis, and you know, this is again to go to show how lucky and how blessed we are here. We will be able to play there in St. Louis and Chesterfield at the Maryville University Hockey Center, but fans will not be allowed there. So
things have been a lot tighter in St. Louis.
Yeah, it's common. You know, Lindenwood had the same regulations as well. We weren't allowed to have anybody there, but we're just happy for these guys to be able to play, and even more happy that we're allowed to have some of our fans here to watch.
Scoring chance for Jack Harrison that time here, 4-on-4, but the Saint could not get it past Stevens, so now the puck all the way back to Coffey. Missouri State able to keep the puck in momentarily, then they'll bring it back out to center ice. Ross trying to spin right on the Missouri State logo at center ice. Just about 7 seconds to go in the penalty against Maryville. Stevens will smother another one. And shortly after the face-off, Maryville will have about 22 seconds of a power play here. Once they get their man back, see the scoring chance here one more time as Stevens has had to stand tall a couple of times after surrendering the first goal of the night. There's another shot right on goal. Spinning and shooting that time was TJ Prexler for Maryville, but Stevens able to hold on. 10 seconds to go in the man advantage for Maryville. Cross ice pass, Ross dives at it. Can't get it to clear the zone. Puck back in. Schumacher knocks it away. Missouri State's able to clear it as we go back to 5-on-5 hockey. Stevens directs traffic. Schumacher has it along the near boards. Bagensky out of the penalty box and immediately back to work, calling for the puck right in front of his own bench. 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the period. Now there's going to be a whistle, and this is all going to stop as Missouri State with a scoring chance, and Witter into the crease, into the goal, and the goal knocked off its moorings.
Yeah, definitely going to get a tripping penalty for that one. Great outlet pass to find Witter crashing between their players. Yeah, even though he scored himself, he would have rather tried to get the puck in, but regardless, we're going to get another power play out of this one. So another chance for the Ice Bears to move that puck around. It looks like they've got their first unit back out there, the same one that had the minute and a half, minute 40 power play. So definitely going to try to get those pucks in on net. Jason Creer is trying to explain the penalty, I guess. It looked pretty obvious to everybody here.
I was going to say, it's taken him a long time to get the Saints captain to come back to the penalty box.
Maybe they were talking about where they're going to go for dinner later. I don't know.
Jack Harrison will sit another 2-minute minor. The team's leader in assists coming into tonight with 7 out of Chesterfield, Missouri. But either way, his penalty puts Missouri State back on the power play, but maybe the Saints are thinking about a shorthanded goal. They pass it into the middle. Chartier unable to hold on to it for Maryville, and here comes the Ice Bears. Alex Rubin gives it up. 3-1 our score in favor of Missouri State. Bell at the blue line. Schumacher, that one a hot shot over the left corner of the goal. Maryville trying to poke it loose there in the far corner and get the puck clear. Instead, Missouri State has it behind Coffey. Back to the blue line now. Bell calls for it, throws it right in between the rings. A second opportunity there, but a bouncing puck goes back behind the net. 1 minute of the power play is ticked away. Same crew before that had a very dominating performance with the man advantage. Bell tried to save that one. He almost did. Was just a quick move with the stick, but the puck had already hopped over the blue line. Alex Rubin on the previous power play and on this one has done very well kind of quarterbacking the power play from down low and even behind the goal.
Yeah, it's a unique structure on the power play. You've got Josh Bell, kind of the quarterback on the top, so to say, and then Alex Rubin down below. It's nice because you have so many different options for a pass and for a really good scoring opportunity. Those seniors really take control of this power play and try to give them the best chance they can to get a shot on that.
Missouri State gets whistled for offsides here. 28 seconds remain in the power play. Jeremy Law, Coach Cliff shaking their heads. They're not sure about that one. Missouri State out shooting Maryville 24-21 in this one. 5:43 to play here in the period during the second intermission. We'll share Don's visit with BJ Norman, talk a little youth hockey here at the Jordan Valley Ice Park, Junior Ice Bears program and more. That plus highlights coming up in the second intermission. Another shot on Coffey, a second blast into his chest. He's spun, he's knocked down. Missouri State going to get a penalty out of all this, and maybe more than one, as pushing, shoving continues after the whistle.
Yeah, it looks like Henrik Lohman getting a little too aggressive. Might have gone a little too fast into the goal here as I think he forgot to stop. I think that's all it was, but he was looking at that juicy second opportunity rebound, kind of comes in, gives him a little, hey, how are you? And looks like 7 seconds of 4-on-4, and then the Ice Bears are going to be going on the kill.
Yep, just 7 seconds remaining on the penalty to Jack Harrison. Henrik Lohman takes his first 2-minute minor of the night after colliding with Ed Coffey. Coffey, one of 2 players on Coach Hogan's roster from the great state of Alaska.
Rather dark up there right now.
Missouri State's Frenchman in the face-off circle. Missouri State trying to control this one, get it out of their zone as now they go a man down for the next minute 45. Charging the 2-minute minor levied against Henrik Lohman, the Ice Bears' leading scorer on the season with 4 goals. He has not tallied a score in this one tonight. Clock under 5 minutes to go now. Maryville looking for their first power play goal of the night, their second of the season. Instead, it's taken away at center ice by MSU. Then poked free and taken back by the Saints only momentarily. Right in front of the Missouri State Ice Bears bench, and now offsides will be the call here. See the frustration on a couple of the forwards for Maryville. Damian Cargie, he just kind of looked up like, my timing is just not what I want it to be now.
Yeah, offsides is one of those weird plays in hockey that at the higher levels, it becomes more and more of an aspect that they try to concentrate on. It really does slow the pace down and do something to the pace of the game. So the higher levels of hockey you'll see, the less and less you'll have offsides. That's something that coaches continually work on.
Well, it wasn't the first time we've saw that whistled here tonight. Probably won't be the last time we see it whistled here tonight either, within the entirety of the third period remaining. Stevens gets a glove up. That one almost knocked in by one of the Ice Bears. As Heiserow almost bounced that one off the left post. 35 seconds remaining in the power play for the Saints. They work it back and forth at the blue line. They fling this one in. Stevens knocks it away to his right. Missouri State wants to clear, pushing the puck toward the blue line. Instead, it's shoveled back behind the Ice Bears goal. Schumacher fighting with TJ Prexler. Prexler tries to backhand it instead. Missouri State clears it all the way back to Coffey. And that will just about eat up the remaining 6 seconds of the power play here for the Saints. But they might have one more run here, but it's not a run when you're offsides. See again here where Heiserow almost gets an own goal. Puck comes right back to him, and he almost redirects it right past Stevens as he was trying to take it away from Jack Harrison. So 3 more seconds before Lohman's out of the box. 3, 2, 1. That'll do it. Henrik Lohman back on the ice for Missouri State. One of Missouri State's international players from Sweden. Ryan, the last time we were here against the Iowa State Cyclones, you and I talked about how Missouri State over the years has gotten the opportunity to find a few more international players and add that dynamic to your roster, that talent pool to this team. And then you look at a team so young like Maryville and you go, 17 of their 24 players were born outside the U.S. That is quite an international roster that they found in St. Louis, an area where a lot of people recruit great hockey talent out of the 314.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's becoming that much more of a competitive league, and scouts and agents all over are looking at the ACHA as a very, very good place to be able to play college hockey. NCAA is getting that much more competitive with being a good feeder program or feeder league to the NHL. So it's a trickle-down effect, and the ACHA is just getting that much better.
Bell spins and shoots between the face-off circles, but Coffey redirects it up into the netting. 2:08 to go.
That was a great shot there. Good opportunity.
Cooley gets it over there, and then Bell snaps it. All 6'6" of Coffey just has to rise up and takes away a lot of those angles. The face-off will come to Coffey's right here in the closing 2 minutes of the period. Missouri State trying to get their 3-goal advantage back. Period started 3-0 MSU before Maryville got their first goal of the evening. Whistle and a stoppage here with 1:50 remaining.
Ryan will be here February 26th for the first of 2 games against Lindenwood, and then at the end of the schedule you've still got 2 dates to be announced, March 26th and 27th. Is that going to probably be a week of call to see how things are then?
Actually, we can expect to see that officially made public here probably at the end of the weekend.
Okay.
We have been in talks with another university. We're just going over a couple COVID guidelines and making sure we cross all our T's and dot all our I's. And no, we should have that one wrapped up. That'll be our senior weekend, and we're really looking forward to having a good one. But yes, Lindenwood will be back on February 26th. We'll have Mediacom covering it again. Very excited for you guys to be out here, and that pesky Lions team will be back in Springfield. They took advantage of us a little bit on Friday up in St. Louis, and we'll definitely be looking for our revenge.
Missouri State looking for goal number 4 here. A lot of traffic in front of Coffee. That puck can't get free, though.
But then when we get to the end of March, then we'll see how things are then, and make sure we can get those games in.
Absolutely. No, we're hoping for the best here. So
this is a season where you cannot count the chickens before they're hatched. And this is a tripping penalty that they are going to call this time here in the final minute. Missouri State will have a chance. Stevens out of the net. They'll get the extra attacker and see what they can do here in the final 50 seconds. Got to get through traffic. Missouri State gets it to Bell. Quick pass ahead. Missouri State still plenty of time if they can just control the puck here, but instead they're knocked off it, and the whistle will come with 36.5. That'll put Maryville a man down to end the period, and there's the 2-minute minor for tripping.
Well, this period started promising for Maryville as they got their first goal just 2.5 minutes into the second, but it's been a stalemate since then, and now Missouri State's going back on that power play again.
Yep, Chartier whistled for the 2-minute minor. See what the Ice Bears can do here in the final 30 seconds against Coffee, who has just been lights out. He has shut Missouri State out here in period number 2. But he's still got to do it for another 22 seconds. Whistle from Mr. Carrera.
Yeah, just a little hand pass. So that is a newer rule that just ACHA and NCAA play. It's not an NHL. It's not something that USA Hockey Youth does. But in college hockey, you're not allowed to hand pass in your defensive zone. So that's why they blew that one down. It's not a penalty. It's the same as a puck being played with a high stick. So.
Missouri State unable to hold in at the blue line. Stevens will knock this one down. With 10 seconds, Missouri State trying to mount one more scoring chance. Shot from Bell, wide that time. Missouri State tries to put it back in front of the crease, but that will bring the second period to an end. Brian, as always, man, I cannot thank you enough. We just love coming out here. We appreciate the hospitality you give us.
Anytime, guys. You guys are always welcome out at Jordan Valley Ice Park to cover the Ice Bears. We appreciate everything you do. Love having you guys out here. Love getting the sport of hockey a little bit more publicity in Springfield and Southwest Missouri. I'd say everybody watching, whenever you can, whether it's this year or next year, please don't hesitate. Find us online. Come out to a game. You got to experience this in person.
Ice Bears still in control of this one. They're up 3-1 over the Saints from Maryville. They will start period number 3 on the power play as well. We'll have our second intermission after this on MC 22. The Zambonis working the ice over here in intermission number 2. Missouri State led 3-0 after the first period. Maryville got their lone goal, an even strength goal in period number 2, and that gets us to 3-1 hockey here as we make our way toward the third and final period of the night. Earlier tonight, Don West got to talk a little youth hockey with former Missouri State Ice Bear, B.J. Norman.
BJ, let's start with what youth programs in hockey are available here at Jordan Valley Ice Park.
Yeah, so we have our Learn to Play program. That is for all ages. You have levels 1 through 4. Like I said, all ages. You start out at level 1 where you're learning how to skate, basic skills, and then you morph into level 2, and it just progresses from there. And then once you graduate from the Learn to Play program, you would go into Mites. And that's an 8 and under program. And all that is a house program where we practice once a week, have a game on a Wednesday. It's awesome. Little kids, they're just out there playing hard. And then if you're above the age of 8, then you would go into our junior bear program, which is about 9 years old to 17 years old, and that's split into different age groups. And then the adults, we do have adults that do the Learn to Play program, and once they feel comfortable and they're good enough, then they can go into the adult program, the adult league. But yeah, so we have, and then we also have our travel program as well, the SYHA.
How does a parent get their child involved with hockey here?
Parkboard.org, we have registration forms on there. Also, we have registration forms at our front desk. February 20th, we actually have our Try Hockey for Free Day. So we have, that's a good opportunity to get your kids out on the ice, see how they like it. And then if you do that, you get a half-off registration fee for either Learn to Skate or Learn to Play program, which is awesome.
This is through the Community Sports Development Program, used to be called Community Olympic Development, but it's really kind of the same thing still?
Yes, yeah, same thing, same mission. We just changed our name and our logo a little bit, so.
You are a Missouri State hockey alum.
Yes, sir.
And when did you play, and how was your playing career?
06 to 11, and it was mediocre at best, let's say. Yeah, didn't do anything special.
You must have been on some good teams, though.
Yeah, we had good teams, fun teams. I still keep in touch with a lot of teammates. So yeah, I cherish every moment I had here. I loved that I played here.
What is your background in hockey? Where do you come from?
I'm from Colorado. I grew up in Fort Collins, Colorado. Played my youth hockey there, and then I moved here a couple years after high school. I played junior hockey in New Hampshire and came here to play college. So.
And what made hockey your calling to begin with?
4 years old, went to a friend's practice and told my mom I wanted to try it, and fell in love right away. So simple.
Good support from the beginning?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, good stuff.
It's fun game, so we encourage anybody and everybody to come out and play, boys and girls.
This has been a tough season at the ice park, but you're getting through it very well,
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah. We actually have some good numbers in our Learn to Play program, so yes, we're getting through it.
Okay, BJ Norman joining us here at the second intermission. We'll be back with a look at the highlights when we come back on MC22.
Had BJ Norman on with Don just a few minutes ago as a part of the intermission. A couple of the youth hockey players in the house taking this one in. They're normally a big part of the crowd that's here every Friday and Saturday night to support the Missouri State Ice Bears.
Becoming fans as well as players of this great sport here at the ice park downtown, having some fun on a Friday night.
Do it all again tomorrow night. These two teams will go at it again Saturday night as we take you through some of period number 2's highlights. Missouri State scoreless in the period, but Maryville wasn't.
Quick goal there by Christian Albigran to get Maryville on the board, and things were starting to look up for the Saints.
Yep, the Swede, that's his second goal of the year. A lot more scoring chances here against Bailey Stevenson, but after he left the first one in, he locked the door. He's got 21 saves on the night, does the keeper for Missouri State. A lot of penalties, Don, here in the second period, and that went both ways. It wasn't heavy-handed one way or the other.
We're 4-on-4 there a few different times. We're going to start the third period in a power play situation, but yeah, got a little rough out there.
Missouri State, Josh Bell with a great spinning scoring chance there that went just over the right shoulder of the 6'6" keeper for Maryville, Ed Coffey, as he put on a masterful performance there in period number 2 for Maryville to try and keep them within striking distance. Some of the kids crawling around the stands here, waiting for the final minutes to tick off before the intermission comes to a close. And both these teams thinking about what possibly could have happened in the postseason. Such a smaller field this year than what we're used to in ACHA hockey. Right now, we got to figure out who's going to win this one. We will be back with the start of the third period. After this, you're watching college hockey on MC22. The horn has sounded, and Missouri State head coach Jeremy Law, his assistant coach Cliff Cook The coaching staff for the Saints all back out on their perches in their respective benches and ready to bring this one into the decisive final 20 minutes as Missouri State leads Maryville 3-1. Don mentioned it during the highlight segment. A late penalty against the Saints will put Missouri State on the power play for the first minute 23 to begin play here in period number 3. Missouri State scored all their goals in the first period. The lone Saint goal came back in period number 2.
So we will start with Jake Chartier in the box for 1:23 to start the third period. Ice Bears stuck on that 3-goal number. They haven't scored more than 4 in a game yet this season. And they haven't got to that 5 for the Big Andy's promotion yet.
Everybody likes those dollar Sundays. Back into the face-off circle we go. The clock fires and we are underway, with Missouri State retreating into their own end. Been a good night for Bailey Stevens between the pipes. 21 saves. Here's a takeaway. Saints, quick shot knocked away off the right arm of Stevens. A good shot, a quick scoring chance for Jack Harrison of Maryville. Ross ridden into the boards hard by the aforementioned Harrison. Aginski tries to kick it free. Missouri State controlling. Remember, 33 seconds and counting here in the power play. Coffey slides to his left and stuffs this one now as a couple players come together right in front of the goal. Henrik Lohman already has 1 minor penalty here tonight. Watch the Coffey save here. Oh, it's Stevens on the other end, pardon me. But both goalies, Don, look very comfortable here in the opening moments, getting stops for their respective teams.
They're settled into this now. They know they've got a date tomorrow night here too.
Face off to the right of Coffey. Bell throws this one on net, but it's knocked down. 22 seconds remaining on the Chartier penalty. It'll be another face off here in the Saints' end. Missouri State with that power play lineup that they used and relied upon heavily in the first couple of periods. Shot from the blue line by Bell. Another stop here for Coffey. Coffey came into the night with 69 saves on the season and 89.6 save percentage. And after you take those 3 goals off the board there in the first period, he has been very good the rest of the way. Puck cleared now here in the final 10 seconds of the power play. Maryville will make some changes and the puck will remain behind the Missouri State goal till we go back to 5-on-5 hockey. Bell blows by everybody, leaves it for a teammate. Puck bounces high up into the air, but not out of play. Comes back down on the ice. Hunter Cooley tries to control it, passes back to the blue line. Schumacher has it. He throws this one on goal. It bounces off of Coffey. Slap shot from the far side of the blue line. Will not get through all the traffic, all the black sweaters between Heiser-Rote and the goal. Bell back with it now, looking for a lane, finds one and scores! Josh Bell makes it 4-1 Missouri State. Bell collects goal number 2 of the season. He's got 4 assists to go along with it. Missouri State now has 4 goals on the night. Rubin started it back behind the net. Now, did he sneak in and get a stick on it? I don't think so.
Didn't think so either.
The captain gets Missouri State their 3-goal lead back here early in the third. Right after the power play had ended, so an even strength goal for the Ice Bears.
Once you get to the third, a 3-goal lead feels a lot better than 2.
It does indeed. They'll give Rubin an assist on the Bell goal. Bouncing puck in front of Smith. He can't control it. Maryville racing in. Quick scoring chance. Stevens able to bear down and knock that one away.
Sound like Heiseroth got an assist on that as well.
He did. Hobbs had the puck back behind his own goal. Maryville takes it away near center ice. They'll play it all the way around the boards. Witter tries to poke it free for Missouri State. Maryville able to knock it down. Another shot wide of the goal, back around the boards. Skating in is Trevor Henson now. Henson with 1 goal on the season, but was a 6-goal, 15-assist man for the Saints a season ago. Backhand this one out of the way. Coffey will raise his glove. It'll be a race to the puck, but icing will come here with 16:12 to play. Bailey Stevens with blackjack. That's save number 21 for him. Boy, there's a fine line here, Don. You can hear the PA announcer in the background saying, cheer on the Ice Bears to get that 5th goal. So everybody gets the $1 Sundays at Andy's, but it's like, you don't want to run up the score on somebody or be a proponent of running up the score, but man, that is the promotion, and Andy's is really good.
It'd be worth it to get to 5.
Puck
It's
back.
still a game right now. There's still plenty of time left.
Absolutely. Puck back to center ice. Missouri State looking to control it in their own end. Play it off the boards. Too high. That one will touch the netting, and we'll have a face-off here with 15:50 to go. As far as what's coming up next for Maryville, they had a weekend series at home scheduled with Waldorf, which is a member of their conference, the MCH. But both those games in Chesterfield have been canceled, so the next time that Coach Hogan's bunch will be in business will be February 10th at McKendree, across the border in Lebanon, and they'll do the same thing they did earlier in the year, Don, where they're playing McKendree so many times this year, they'll play them one night, then play 2 games at Lindenwood, and then play McKendree again after that to try and split up their dates. Missouri State gets the puck back in, onside this time. Weetop spins, tries to shovel it in, but a whistle and a stoppage here.
And if you look at the Missouri State schedule, with as few opponents as there are out there to try to schedule, it's only 4 different opponents home and away for a pair of games, plus the Liberty trip.
Yep.
Coming up February 12th and 13th for a total of 18 games. Ryan tells us those to be announced games should be coming pretty soon, but
you know, I really thought he'd go ahead and give us a sneak peek at that. He could have at least told us when we went to commercial break. I don't know what he's...
I wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, we would have kept it to ourselves. Bailey's going to keep the puck to himself. Reaches out and makes another save for Missouri State. As far as the Ice Bears this season, the D3 team has only gotten 2 games in so far. Get another look at the save by Stevens. They've taken 2 L's, Don, in 2 road games, January 22nd and 23rd against Arkansas. They will next be in action this weekend on the road at Iowa State. They're up in Ames tonight and tomorrow as the D3 Ice Bears program. 15 minutes to play in regulation in this one. Missouri State looking for that Fifth goal for free custom. There it is. Dollar Sundays, everybody. Jacob Weetop makes it 5-1 Missouri State. Now, don't get excited. I misspoke there. It's not free. It's $1 on the Sundays, but great move by Ross. The feed right in front, and they made a mistake, did the Saints defense, and not clearing the freshman from O'Fallon off his mark. He buries it for his second goal of the season.
And it is the highest goal total of the season for the Ice Bears now. First time they've been to 5, they've been to 4 3 other times.
That is going to force a change in goal now for head coach John Hogan. He and his assistant Kevin Gregory decide that that's going to be a night for Ed Coffey. Coffey will go back to the bench, and they will bring the 5'10 sophomore from Fenton out. This is John Massara. He's got a 1-1 record on the season. He's got the best goals against average of any of the 3 goalies that the Saints have used, coming into tonight with a goals against of 3.04. He has 54 saves. He's allowed 6 goals, and he has the team's best save percentage, 89.7. And he comes off the bench, Don, literally and figuratively cold here with a 4-goal deficit.
It could be they wanted to save him for tomorrow night, but just not liking what they've been getting, so the change is made here in the third.
Saints try to get one back here. They'll snap a wrist shot and score. It's going to be goal number 2 for Trevor Henson this season. The all-conference performer from a year ago. The senior makes it 5-2.
It didn't take long at all for Maryville to get that one back.
No, Missouri State had a couple of defenders there trying to body up and be there to block the shot as it was trying to weave its way through the field. But instead, it's Henson who has the hammer. Edwardsville, Illinois native. First goal of the night, second goal of the season, and it's 5-2 MSU. Puck gets through clean back into the Maryville end behind Massara, the new goalie for the Saints out of Fenton. We've already seen Ed Coffey. The only goaltender we haven't seen is number 31, Dominic Boyley. He is a freshman out of Quebec.
All 3 of those goalies have the 1-1 records.
It's been a very balanced season as far as the keepers for the Saints.
Almost the exact same number of minutes.
Hey, Levi Wright! 2 goals tonight for Mr. Wright. Just taking advantage of a situation here with a goalie that's barely been on the ice for 2 minutes. Wright beats everybody and buries it in the back of the net.
Well, an explosion here in the third period for Missouri State. 3 goals already, barely 6 minutes in.
Well, Missouri State scored 3 goals in the first period. Didn't net a single goal in the second, and now have an equivalent 3 goals here in the third, but we haven't even reached the midway point. That puck high in the air, and it took out a Saint. This one bounces right off the helmet of Henson, who just scored the Maryville goal moments ago. No, pardon me, it's Bonner, Cole Bonner, number 73. That puck coming in high, he puts himself in the line of fire and takes it right off the dome. But he gets up and skates away under his own power, which is nice to see. Last thing you want to see is one of these young men injured and unable to play in game 2 the next night, but they will give him an opportunity to clear the cobwebs out. Cole, a sophomore defenseman out of Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. Edgecombe with it now momentarily for the Saints. Missouri State takes it right back. Shoveled in front, Josephson with a look, but he can't pull the trigger. Missouri State calls for it at the blue line. Long shot coming. Josephson tries to get on the front porch for a redirect there again, but he can't get the puck quite through. Massara trying to get comfortable in the crease. That one will touch the netting and stop everything with 12:51 to go. Beyond the reach of Mark Kapkovic for Missouri State. So yeah, 4 goals here in the first 7 minutes of the third period. Missouri State scoring in bunches, getting 3. Maryville getting an answer as well. Stavro into the face-off circle for the Saints. They get the puck. Missouri State fighting immediately to get it back. Takedown between the rings, no whistle. Wheatop back up to his skates now for the Ice Bears. Then a hard hit on the far side. Again, it's Jack Harrison, one of the smaller guys on the ice at 5'10", but the kid from Chesterfield lays the wood.
Wheatop just blasted on that one.
Scoring chance for Missouri State. Shakes back with it now, backhanded pass across to Schumacher. That one knocked away, too much traffic. Stavro up the near side now, looking for a teammate instead. Missouri State with the takeaway. One of the Saints loses their stick. Missouri State caught in the middle of a line change here, but they're able to maintain possession. Cross ice pass taken away that time by a spinning Phil Kimmer. He's up from the D2 team for Maryville. Lohman goes down hard. The Ice Bears leading scorer looking to get into the scorebook tonight. He'll camp out in front of the crease. Wojcicki had the first goal of the night for Missouri State. He wears number 23. He's back on. Baginski thinking about getting the feed into the middle, but it's taken away by the Saints. Good defensive pressure that time by Maryville. Icing here with 11-11. So the period started, Don, with a lot of scoring, and now it has turned into a physical game. There's Harrison with the hammer on Wheatop.
Biggest hit so far tonight, and it stays pretty rough out there. The stick comes loose in a little how do you do.
Schumacher there for Missouri State. Maryville has used a timeout here to try and collect themselves as we're just about at the midway point here in period number 3. John Hogan involved in every aspect of hockey at Maryville University. They have, in the last couple of years, added a D2 program, Don. They've added a women's program.
Yeah.
They've got 3 sheets of ice at their ice complex. So a great facility and a great opportunity for them to expand their program. If you want to expand your knowledge of MC22, go to mc22.net, our online home for all MC22 programs, our daily schedule, replay times, and more. Check us out online, mc22.net. Sweet refrain of Sweet Caroline echoes through the Stan Melton rink. The godfather of hockey in Southwest Missouri, sitting about 50 feet away from us in the middle row.
Neil Diamond turned 80 last week.
Holy cow.
So there's that.
Wayne Gretzky turned 60 last week. Steve Casson and I were talking about that earlier. I did an interview for his, pre-taped an interview for his intermission on Web Sports Radio. And we talked about how many of the great athletes and actors and actresses that we have lost over 2020 and now early in 2021. I just think about the roster of Hall of Fame Cardinals that we've lost in the last 6 months.
The list is so long.
Hunter Cooley dives for the puck here, but Maryville comes away with it. Saints on the move now, have it out on the right wing, trying to get it between the rings, but the pass well behind its intended target. Maryville will make a couple of changes now. Try to get the puck back around center ice, taken here by Alvegren. He's got one of the two Saints goals, and now there's a third. Stevens unable to hold on as Alvegren gets his second goal of the night. He's got 2 of the 3. Look at him weave through traffic here, then just let it fly. He gets it on the left post, and it sticks.
And there's still just under 10 minutes to go. Don't think for a minute that this is over yet.
The 5'10 junior from Sweden. Now with 3 goals on the season, 2 of the 3 goals on the scoreboard tonight for the Saints been tallied by number 14. They've cut the differential in half now, 6-3 our score. Saints quick one-touch pass out to Alvegren again. He'll let another one go, looking for the hat trick now. And why not? You've got 9.5 minutes to play. Should have plenty of opportunities. That one's gonna go in. Who got it though?
Wow.
You gotta be kidding me. Was it Alvegren? Did he turn around and score 2 goals in like 90 seconds and get the hat trick? It looks like he did.
He's got this to a 2-goal difference now, and it is game on with 9:19 to go.
So it's a rebound here. The shot from the blue line was taken by Nate Simpson. It goes off of Missouri State player. Right place, right time for Christian Alvegren. 2 goals in the period, a hat trick on the night. And it is now back to a much more tenuous number now, Don.
Oh boy, 2 straight there for Alvegren and the Maryville Saints to cut the margin from 4 to 2 in just a matter of a minute or so. John Hogan knows his team could do that again and get it even.
6 goals so far in this one, the most scored by this Ice Bears team in this truncated season. They give Simpson the assist after he had the shot from the blue line that bounced off a Missouri State defender and right to the stick, of Christian Alvegren.
The 1 goal in the entire second period, and now in 11 minutes in the third period, we've had 6.
Yeah, it's been a busy third period. Right now I'm laughing thinking Butch, our replay guy in the truck, is happy he doesn't have to do a third period highlight package. It'd be longer than the first 2 intermissions combined. Under 9 minutes to go. Puck comes free. Heiser gives chase. Stevens will touch it up for him, leave it behind his own net. He almost, and then does give it away to the Saints. Maryville pressing the issue, still down 2 goals. Takeaway at center ice, taken right back by Missouri State. Baginski tried to split a pair of Saints, but could not do it. Stevens, stick save that time, knocks it away. Ice Bears cross the red line now, quick pass. Over to Henrik Lohman. Lohman has it taken off of his stick. Knocks one player down, knocks both players down. Lohman just laying waste to the Saints here, and a whistle and a stoppage with 7:55. Watch Lohman work against Bonnert. Chartier there.
Going to get his money's worth out of that one.
Now he gets a chance to catch his breath. Missouri State out shooting Maryville still in this one, as they have for most of the night, 34-27. Frederick with the pass, shot from the blue line, wide to the left that time, with the second goalie of the night for Maryville, John Massara. Bell slams his stick on the ice. He wants the puck. Frederick fights for it from a defensive spot for Missouri State. He gets knocked into the boards. Saints try to control it, spinning up the near side, pulling away from the boards now, and they get it free. Cross ice pass, not really on target. Bell will come up with it. He leaves it for Cooley. He's shot. And it is a glove save for Massara, who spun on like he had lost it.
Yep.
But he made the glove save, and I'm not sure how, and I don't know that he knew he had it. Look at, watch, he's got it here, and then he just dives backwards.
Like he's looking for it.
Is he using the force? Thinking it may have bounced out of there, I don't know. Hogan sends 3 new skaters on. Jack Harrison into the face-off circle, and right off the face-off, Missouri State gets the puck and puts it up into the netting. 7:08 to play in regulation. Harrison will go back into the face-off circle for Maryville. Spencer Turner trying to clear it out. Whoa, you gotta be kidding me. The puck bounced off Massara's chest, and he knocked it out of the air with a stick to his left. It's like the guys that can bounce a golf ball on their wedge and then hit it. You just don't see that all the time.
Took the swing at it like a foul ball there. Made good contact.
He did. Saints on the move now. Carnegie brings it across the blue line. But Missouri State tries to bring it right back. Line change now for Jeremy Law's crew. Pass way up ice in front of everybody. Bounces off the back post of the goal. Icing will come out here with 6:24.
So here it is.
John Massara, the sophomore. Right off the chest, right off the stick. Almost shot it right at Ryan, our camera guy here to the right of our broadcast position. In the perfect spot to see that one. Hunter Cooley tries to free the puck. Instead, Alex Rubin fights for it along the near boards. Bell with it now at the face-off circle, tries to backhand it. Too many Saints there to knock it away. Harrison plays it off the boards. And up ice quickly, it's Stavro. Stevens will smother this one and stop everything with 6:01 here. Missouri State dominant here since the goalie change, is out shooting Maryville now by 10 shots on goal. Hard shot in the back there for Stavro, and a hard angle there for Stevens as he goes down with the stick and the glove. Jeremy Law glad that he has not seen the lead shrink yet again from 2 goals down to 1.
Missouri State has just the 1 goal off of John Massara so far. But since he's been in, the Saints have added 3 of their own.
Derek Smith back for the puck for Missouri State, plays it up and off the boards. Back quickly is Witter. Witter spins around, leaves it in front. The shot is missed. 3 players down in the crease, including Massara, who got crammed into his own goal. No whistle though. Josephson centering pass, no good. Smith leaves it. Schumacher can't get it through anybody. And Cole Bonner, who we saw take a puck to the head earlier, back out on the ice for a shift after he had a long spell on the Saints sideline. Glad to see him back in action. Puck too tall that time. Stop everything here with a little over 5 minutes to go. You want to talk about there being a lot of traffic in front of the goal, Don. This is the perfect example of that.
And then in the goal, but it stays and holds its moorings.
Kind of like How many clowns can you fit in a VW Bug? How many hockey players can you fit in one goal? Had a goalie +3 there. Sure, the circus will come to town soon. Ice Bears looking to get out and run again. Backhanded shot in, knocked away with the stick that time of Massara. Quick shot there by Lohman. And again, Maryville electing to let Henrik Lohman camp out there, and that is not a good plan. They get Lohman off his spot now. Shot from the blue line taken down. The sophomore from Fenton with another save.
Meanwhile, time ticking down on the Saints here after that hot streak. They have cooled off and not put any more in. They've got it from 6-2 to 6-4 now, but they're down to the final 440.
Missouri State fights for it in the neutral zone. They'll win it, send it back in. Massaro will come off his line, trying to touch it up. Bonnet with it momentarily for the Saints. Puck right at the Missouri State logo, center ice there. The Jordan Valley Ice Park logo. Massaro buys his teammates time to come back and collect the puck here as the clock's under 4 minutes. Hot pass that time, bounces off the stick of Jaden Bexey. Nearly took out an official and went right into the Saints bench. Told you earlier about the MCH, the Midwest College Hockey Conference that Maryville is out of. Missouri State plays in the Western Collegiate Hockey League. Membership includes Arizona, Arizona State, Oklahoma, Central Oklahoma, Colorado, Colorado State, and the Ice Bears. Wasn't that long ago that Missouri State joined the league with Arkansas. And the Frozen Hogs have already exited and dropped down 1 or 2 levels. I think they may be all the way down the program now to D3 only. Missouri State with another shot on goal. But Massara up to the task here. Centering pass, shot, score, Josh Bell. Bell's second goal of the game, and the captain now has 3 goals on the season and makes it a 3-goal lead for Missouri State.
That lead feels a lot better than 2 now with just 3:18 to go.
Still can't make out the number, but a beautiful backhanded pass that was right on the tape to Bell. His second goal tonight. Hot shot in, glove down here by Massara that time. Missouri State now has scored 4 goals here in period number 3. There are plenty of games that you will get through where you won't score 4 goals the entire night. Spinning shot sent back toward Becerra. Puck comes back out to the neutral zone.
The second goal of both the night and the period for Josh Bell.
They give the assist to Josh Rubin. Alex Rubin, pardon me. Josh Bell with the goal. There you see Bell, the team captain.
16 there in the middle.
Josh, a 5th-year senior out of St. Louis, 6 foot, 190 pounds.
Down to the final 2.5 now for these Saints that are down 3, and Missouri State has built a comfortable lead back now as time ticks away.
Saints not going to stop in this one. They get it back in the attacking end, but Missouri State defensively, they're ready and waiting. They flip this one back behind Massara now. Center it up. Missouri State, Lohman's going to get whistled for a penalty here as he put a check right into the back of Phil Kimmer. Be the second penalty of the night against Missouri State's Henrik Lohman, and it means that Maryville will get to have a man advantage for the final 2 minutes of this one, and there's only 1:58 on the clock. So they may pull Massara, and it looks like he's made his way to the Saints bench. May go 6-on-4 here. Try and get a quick goal if you're Maryville. Net is empty, just right below us. Massara posted up right by the door so he can make a quick exit, but Missouri State will use their timeout after Lohman gets dinged for his second penalty of the night. Talking about Missouri State with a couple of different multi-goal scorers tonight in this one.
Big night for Levi Wright.
Yep, Levi Wright has been Mr. Wright most of the night. The 6'3", 200-pound freshman out of St. Louis got his first goal early in this one, but it's the second one, Don, that I thought was the prettiest of the night. They able to flip over all 5 of those Andes cards. 2 of the 7 goals tonight tallied by Levi Wright, who came into the night without a goal in his young career at MSU.
2 by Josh Bell tonight as well.
And a multiple goal game tonight for Maryville Saints standout, Christian Alvegren. He didn't stop at 2, though. He got the hat trick tonight.
3 of their 4.
Trevor Henson tries to get something started here, gives it to Stavro. Back behind Stevens in the Missouri State goal. Maryville wanting to get the puck back out to the blue line. They do. Over to the face-off circle now, but Stavro can't pull the trigger. This one right up the middle, knocked away defensively by Missouri State. About 5 pairs of skates that puck was trying to get through. Too much traffic.
Down to the final minute.
That puck high and wide, misses for Maryville. Stavro steps in again. Puck comes right back to him, but it misses him, and it goes all the way out over the blue line. Maryville will have to pull everybody back on side and reset here. They do. Henson brings it in up along the near side boards, gives way to Alvegren. Be a smart choice to let shoot the puck right now. That one taken down Missouri State with a man laying the body out. That was Shakes giving up the body to make sure there wouldn't be a shot on goal. Ryan Armstrong talked about that at length earlier, Don, about Missouri State needing a couple of guys to do that. And here in the final 30 seconds, we'll go back to 4-on-4 as a hooking penalty be called here against the Saints. So that means Massara has to come off the Saints bench and get back in the goal.
We'll look at it here.
A lot of stuff going on in front of the net. A lot of jockeying for position there. The penalty goes against Alvegren. Bell back on the ice for Missouri State. He's 1 goal away from a hat trick. Puck bounces right in front of the Saints net, all the way back out to the blue line. Right there as well. So you got Wright and Bell both out there that with one shot could get a hat trick tonight. Instead, Maryville's Matt Edgecombe will bring it back out through the neutral zone. Final 5 seconds now. Bell will play this one off the boards, and it goes out of bounds with 1.5 seconds left. And now a lot of pushing and shoving here. Derek Smith getting into it with an opposing number. Looks like that's Cole Bonnet, the sophomore defenseman out of Alberta.
Well, a nice second win of the year for the Missouri State Ice Bears tonight to go to 2-4 with one shutout loss in a rematch with these Saints on Saturday evening.
They'll go ahead and let the clock wind, and that will do it. As Don said, it is win number 2 for the Missouri State Ice Bears. Their first home win of the season, and they will go for the series sweep tomorrow night against the Saints of Maryville at 7 o'clock here at Jordan Valley Ice Park. We'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll unveil our player of the night, give you a little bit more of a wrap up here, but a ton of scoring in the third period. The final, Missouri State 7 over Maryville with 4. A ton of goals in the third and final period favors Missouri State as they down the Saints of Maryville 7-4. Corey Riggs and Don West here with you to wrap this one up. And a very physical third period, Don, with a lot of scoring, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, but some very happy Ice Bears fans leaving the Jordan Valley Ice Park tonight.
Missouri State outscores Maryville 4-3 just in the third period after only one goal was scored in the second. Missouri State led 3-0 after the first, and the Ice Bears go on to the 7-4 lead, or win.
Yep, we try to figure out the player of the game tonight. We give it to the captain. Lots of options here tonight with a hat trick for the Saints. Levi Wright with a 2-goal night, but Josh Bell gets 2 goals, 2 big goals for Missouri State.
Bell gets the first and the last goal in the third period. The first put them up 4-1. The last one put the final nail in it for a 7-4 victory.
Our cameras will next be with you on Tuesday. Boys high school basketball will be center stage. We will be at Parkview High School when the Vikings will take on the Central Bulldogs. Well, always good to be out at the Jordan Valley Ice Park. A fun one here tonight. We will be back for TV one more time when the Lindenwood Lions come to town on February 26th. That will be the next time we are back here for college hockey. Again, your final score tonight, Missouri State gets win number 2 on the season as they defeat the Maryville Saints 7-4. For my broadcast partner, Don West, for our producer, Steve Wynn, and our entire MC22 crew, I am Corey Riggs saying good night and so long from Springfield.